I swear to God, there's some type of global conspiracy when I buy things from PCS and they're shipped by FedEx. And they're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle product. Every single time, the drama is crazy. Thankfully, it lights up. That doesn't really solve the drama, but it's cool. Today, I'm going to walk you through that drama as well as review the newest piece from PCS, their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Origin Diorama. What a mouthful.
That's what she said.
Give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own.
Hey, welcome to the Extreme channel. We love extreme collectibles, and we have another one. So this is made by a company called PCS, and believe it or not, this is kind of the successor slash precursor to another statue they made. This giant life-size diorama right here that, if you recall, I had so many issues with. Well, they revealed that, and not every collector can get that because not only does it have a $3,000 price tag when shipping is included, so it's essentially 10 times more expensive than this, or almost 10 times, but it's so large, so they came out with an Origins diorama. So here we have the four brothers when they're first stumbling across the radioactive material and turning into the beloved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that we know and love today. So I purchased this. It was a fantastic price. Really appreciate and applaud PCS for getting to that price point on this, which we're going to talk about in value, because we're going to cover everything today in the review. But before we do, I'll tell you about the shipping debacle. So if you recall, I had the worst shipping debacle with the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle statue from them. You can check out the video right here. So this one was set to arrive via FedEx, and I am currently co-living in two different locations right now. So it's a little difficult because I want all the statues shipped here so I can review them for you guys. And with that, it was supposed to arrive a few weeks ago on a Friday. We waited all day Friday. It never arrived. No updates. Changed the shipping date to Saturday. We didn't want to miss it because I was leaving Sunday for 2 weeks. So Saturday, we sat there all day. We didn't leave the home. And then late that night, we got a message from FedEx that they couldn't deliver it because nobody was home to sign for it. We were home all day. So they then rescheduled it for the next day. Next day, it never came. Then Monday, it was listed as delivered. And as you may know, FedEx does a photo for proof of delivery because apparently nobody needed to sign for it. Yeah, it wasn't on our porch. No idea. So we scoured the neighborhood and found it sitting on a random porch. But just crazy. Unbelievable. Something with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and PCS and FedEx, which worries me because I have their Leonardo in transit right now. In fact, I believe, I need to check the tracking, I have a big statue arriving 2 days from now. I believe that's him. So he probably won't arrive then. But anyway, on to this statue. Super stoked to have it. I'm going to set it right next to that giant one. It's on the ground, which I don't like putting statues on the ground, but I think these justify that. If you want to see what it looks like, check out my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I do exclusive videos on there. I know I'm talking fast. That's because we got a lot to cover, even though it's a tiny statue. Let's start with the concept of this. So I have seen this in person before. I saw it at New York Comic Con 2024, I think, with their entire lineup of their 1/3 scale statues, which I'm also collecting. This is, in my opinion, PCS's best line, and a lot of people are arguing that it is the best line of any company, and I think an argument for that definitely can be made, especially when they come out with cool things like this. So the concept isn't incredibly unique, but it's cool. It's origins. You know, this is when the four brothers stumbled upon the mutagen, or the radioactive material, and the canister is leaking in the sewer. Although this doesn't look like a sewer, it looks like a normal ground, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I don't know how you kind of do a sewer. I would have liked a sewer, like, so more metallic, but I can get over that very, very easy. They're kind of wandering about all different directions, and you see the ooze going everywhere. The ooze doesn't particularly look great. We'll talk more about that in paint and sculpt, but it does have a light up feature that you'll see in design. Canister looks fantastic. If you recall, with that big giant one, I had a life-size canister as well. That was kind of an add-on addition. So stoked to have this. I think the concept's great. And to my knowledge, I don't know if this has been done. So for those reasons, I give them a 4 out of 5. Design on this is actually incredibly clever. So what you see is what you get. However, the turtles, they're magnets. And they're very weak magnets, which I actually think is a good thing. So you don't have to put them exactly where the magnets are, but the magnets are sufficient to hold them in case there was an earthquake or if you wanted to move it. So I think that was pretty smart. And as you can imagine, the assembly and unboxing was really easy too. Man, I'm talking fast. Mrs. X always says I'm fast. Here's the unboxing and assembly. All right, so probably one of the biggest benefits of this, it does have a light up feature. It's one of those older, it's not a USB-C, but like the predecessor to that, which I don't like. I wish they would have done a USB-C. They did give you a 6-foot cord with it, which I really applaud PCS for that. Most companies are doing a 3-foot cord, which just aren't long enough. Then it has a button hidden in the back. Here's a picture of where it plugs in the button right here. But you hit the button, it turns on. And it is a really, really cool light up feature. So this is definitely one of those that you want to connect to your light up display, whether you do that via phone or light switch or just a button on a cabinet. You definitely want to do that. An interesting fact with it, if you hit it once, it doesn't turn off. You have to, oh wait, it pulsates. I did not know that. Oh, here's a video of it pulsating. Okay, this just went to another level. Well done, PCS. And then you hit it again, it turns off. So great feature. And again, like I said, you can actually adjust the turrets wherever you want them to. The canister is stationary. It's part of the base, as you saw in the unboxing. I think it's 5 out of 5 on design. You know, it's not really elaborate, but they threw in a few Easter eggs and they made it very user-friendly. And I really applaud them for that. The only recommendation I would have is they should have done USB-C because it's the most common power connection nowadays. Paint and sculpt, it's not great on this. The ooze does not look good if it's not lit up. But again, they had to use a translucent resin so that light up feature could shine through. The turrets themselves, pretty decent. Here's some close-up video. There is a little bit of toyish, plasticky feel to it, but not bad. So we'll look at it here with the light up feature off. Starting with the base, again, it's not a sewer and kind of, you know, mud and dirt. Could have been a little more textured to give it more of a gravelly feel, but not gonna, you know, break sweat over that. The ooze doesn't look great off, but as you saw in the light up video with the light up, it's really, really nice. The canister, I like the wear on it. I like the fading. Right here, that crack where the ooze is supposed to be inside. Not a huge fan of that. I think they could have done without. Again, it's too much relying on that light up effect to be great, in my opinion, but I love the wear on it. Obviously the TCRI on the back. Thankfully they didn't spell hazardous wrong on this. They did on the other statue. I think they intended to. But turrets is what you're here for. So the paint is much better. The shells look fantastic. I think they knocked the shells out of the park, not only on the paint, but the sculpt. And you know, they're brand new, they're shiny, where the adult turtles, I actually have them right over there, they actually have some damage on them because from fighting and over the years. So I love the shells. The plastic feel comes more from like the portraits. I mean, it almost feels a little toyish, but not too much. You can tell this is a high quality collectible. So some people might shirk at the price I'm gonna praise in a little bit, but there could have been more detail in the portraits, I think, not only from a non-matte paint perspective, if that makes sense, but also just a little more sculpting and detail. The thing you got to remember, the smaller you get with a piece, the less detail there traditionally is, but we've seen lately, even 1/12 scale figures, they can do pretty darn good. So thankfully, the biggest part of the turtles are their shells, and I think they knocked those out of the park. But a lot left wanting with the ooze and the actual other pieces of the turtles, if you will. That's really all there is to it. So the other thing with paint and sculpt you got to remember is you get what you pay for, which we'll talk about in a moment because this is a very affordable piece for a statue. But I give it a 3 out of 5 on the paint, knowing that they had to do the ooze, a translucent resin. But I give the sculpt a 4 out of 5. Very nicely done. Like we talked about, I wish I would have seen more in the actual base below the ooze, but it's a minor focal point. So with that, let's talk about the value. $399, $400. When I started statue collecting 10 years ago, that's how much statues were. They were in the $300 to $400 range. Nowadays, those same statues are a minimum of $700 all the way up to $1,500. So the fact that they can offer this at an affordable price, there are 1,000 of them, so that's a high edition size nowadays. But this is a great, great piece for those people who don't have a lot of space, who are more on a budget, and who love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle property and they can't afford those $1,500 statues or that $3,000 life-size one or just don't have a place to put it. So I think the value is a 5 out of 5 on this. Well done. PCS, this is just a great little piece that, is it a 5 out of 5 overall? Does it have the X factor? I think it does for a lot of different reasons that tie into that. I am really, dick riding this, and I don't know why. This is a 5 out of 5 piece. This is really cool. I think I like this bigger than the better. I think I like this better than that bigger life-size piece. It's just cute, which just proves that larger statues that have presence aren't necessarily the way to go always. Oh, you want to see that again? So anyway, well done, PCS. Please continue doing what you're doing. Please get shit right with your shipping company. Please have more hits than misses, because some of your misses are misses. But what kind of fucking sense does that make? Some of your misses are misses. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Yes, we're still giving away $1,000 statues at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. You have to make sure you're subbed to the channel, you like the video, and then leave a comment. We're going to pick a random comment on a random video and give away those statues. In the meantime, check out some of these other videos and my social media. Talk to you soon. Take care.